Archive is a verb. And when you say to archive, it means you want to store something. Usually, something that you would like to retrieve later on. And something that is connected to a memory, connected to anything historical that's part of your life. Simple example, you post a Facebook story and it's archived after 24 hours, but it's not deleted. It's just there. Now, the other one is the word archives, and archives, the noun. We refer to it as two things. First, it's a place. So this is an archives. It's a place for all the records, for all the important documents, anything historical relating to an institution or an organization or a person. Another one, as a noun, archives as a collection. So it's a collection of important documents, memorabilia, photographs, and these are attached to a person or a family or an organization or an institution. The goal of an institutional archives is to aid the institution for its survival. So you want it to survive so that future generations would know, would understand the story of an institution. As archives, it doesn't just deal with paper records. So there are paper records, objects, you see the trophies, so these are memorabilia, moving sound and image, so films, sound recordings. There are also still images, so there are photographs, posters, blueprints, and the other format is the digital or electronic, so electronic archives. Archiving, in the parlance of the discipline of archival science, it's just a process of how the ways and means you preserve a collection. So archiving is organizing it, and when you organize it, part of it is, we call it indexing. So we get the metadata, we get the information contained in every record and then put in a database that you can search for it. So for retrieval, so you would know what to get and where to get it. Another, as a process, archiving is conservation and preservation for access. These are activities because you want to prolong the life of a record. There are different processes for different types of archival materials. For example, number one, I'll talk about for paper records. Paper, which includes paper records, the pulp, and the other one are photographs, for example. So they're considered paper also, but special kind of paper because there are prints. So the trick there is proper storage. So for paper records, you want to make sure that they're stored in acid-free boxes. We would like to avoid also moist. For example, for photographs, we want to make sure that they're dry for them to last long. And for example, for photographs not to stick together, we put them in mylar sheets. The other format is digital, so digital preservation. How do you do that? The challenge for digital preservation is the format, obsolescence, and with technology they change constantly. I think the umbrella challenge there is it's more restrictive because of its nature, because of what's inside, but it doesn't mean you don't. It's just there for storage. It's there for you to access. Also, kung the physical challenge is there are delicate materials. So that's why we digitize them. I think that's the other way in the process. That's why we digitize them, so that you need not touch the material, but you're still able to get the information that you need from that material. So archivists and archives librarians are able to help you still to access them despite the delicateness and restrictions surrounding it. whenever we lend it out, we remind you of the copyright policy. Of course, you cannot download it, you cannot print it. But the question is, can I take a picture of it? It's not. We will rely on your due diligence and integrity, because if you get caught, you will have sanctions. And we don't want that to happen. Of course, we want to teach you how to be a responsible user of information.